Scotland has the Loch Ness Monster. The American Pacific Northwest has Bigfoot. And Point Pleasant, West Virginia has the Mothman. Point Pleasant is a small town on the banks of the Ohio River. It's very much like every other small town in America, except for, of course, one thing: its association with the Mothman. What is the Mothman? Well, on November 15th, 1966, two couples were driving a short distance outside of Point Pleasant when they encountered something that terrified them. They claimed to see an enormous moth-like creature with glowing red eyes and razor-sharp claws.
It was shaped like a man, but bigger, maybe 6.5 or 7 feet tall. And it had big wings pulled against its back.
But it was those eyes that got us. It had two big eyes like automobile reflectors.
They were hypnotic. For a minute, we could only stare at it. I couldn't take my eyes off it.
They were terrified. They sped up to get away from this creature, but it took flight and followed them at what they claimed were speeds in excess of 80 miles an hour for several miles down the road. Before they were finally able to escape, they immediately went to the local law enforcement office in Point Pleasant to explain what they had seen.
I've known these kids all their lives. They'd never been in any trouble, and they were really scared that night.
Point Pleasant being a relatively small town, it wasn't long before the story had spread nearly everywhere, and in less than 24 hours, there were hundreds of sightings of the Mothman all throughout the region. All of the eyewitnesses described the Mothman the same way. They claimed that he was a giant winged creature between 6.5 and 7 feet tall with razor-sharp teeth, and they all described the same glowing red eyes. People were genuinely terrified of the Mothman. Because of the story of his having chased the car, many viewed the Mothman as a source of evil. Some blamed the disappearance of their pets on the creature. Others claimed that after seeing the Mothman, they were left with strange precognitions. They had seen visions of events that had yet to happen. Sometimes very violent events, sometimes very, very tragic events, including the collapse of Point Pleasant's Silver Bridge. Mothman sightings culminated on December 15th, 1967, with the collapse of Point Pleasant's Silver Bridge, in which more than 40 people lost their lives. Many believe that the Mothman was directly involved in the bridge's collapse. And ever since, sightings of the Mothman, and there are sightings every year all over the world, have been linked with disasters. They've been considered a precursor to disaster. Every year, Mothman enthusiasts from around the world descend upon Point Pleasant for the annual Mothman Festival to try to unravel this mystery that's been plaguing that town and now even the entire world for more than 40 years. Would I like to have a run-in with the Mothman? Well, if he is what they say he is, the stories are true, I guess I'll turn the question. Would you?